Now we are going to see authority matrix approval under cascading. Under cascading, there are two things: reporting structure, that is in we want one level or till end all levels or based on some end conditions custom. You also have, instead of reporting structure, a authority matrix. So generally this authority matrix reporting structure or approval multi-level approval structure is used whenever there are some of the approvers which are external to the organization, or there are some of the approvers which are not present in the operator hierarchy. Because if you select reporting structure, then you can take approval either from the manager or senior manager or director or vice president who are present in the reporting structure. But say, what if you want to take approval from some other team's manager who is not present in your current organizational hierarchy? Then in such cases, you need to go for authority matrix. Remember, this is an important interview question. You need to go for authority matrix when you want to take approval from some other person, manager or director or any higher authority, or any other person who doesn't belong to your current team, who is not part of your current reporting structure, who is not part of your current organization hierarchy, but he's part of, he could be other team member or some external source or external vendor or some external approver or other team's manager or other work group manager, or some who is not directly related to your hierarchical structure. Then you have to go for authority matrix. So in authority matrix, generally what happens is you need to populate a page list. So the popular way to populate this page list is by using a decision table. If you don't want to use this decision table, you don't use. You can also populate this page list by using activity or data transform, or you can use even give a data page of type list in the property here. So basically, dot vendor approvals dot approver ID holds the operator name or operator ID name to which you have to route. Say if this holds two pages, two values, then it will route to dot vendor approvals dot approver ID of one. Then it will route to dot approvals of one dot approver ID first. Next it will go for dot approvals of two dot approval ID. Next it will go for dot vendor approvals of three. The third page in the page list property dot approval ID property. Like that it will keep on going. If you keep 100, it will take 100. That's the key. So how you are going to populate it? You can use an activity or data transform to append it to it, or you can use you can directly do some page list type database source as the source, or you can also use decision table for the matrix. So firstly, you need to create this page list property to hold that approved ID. So for that, what you need to do, first you can create one data type or data class. Okay, you have to create one data type, like you can go to the data types, you can add data type, you can add one data type vendor approvals, and in that vendor approvals data type you can add one property approver ID, which will be the primary key. Of course, as we need not bother about primary key because we are not configuring the source, it is a local data storage only. What is the difference between configuring a source and local data storage, we will see in future classes. So approver ID contains the operator ID internally. So means we need to add operator ID record to this property. Okay, so that's why I have kept it as text single line property. So it will this class will have only one property, and we will populate this property in different pages in our page list. So we also have this like vendor approvals page list type property in the work class, which points to this new data type or new data class that we just created. Now in our decision table, we need to create one decision. We have created a decision table, like we have can write the logic. if dot new vendor dot name, that is vendor name is equal to TAA, same the use case is same as the previous use case, similar to that. Then we are routing it to compliance officer. If it is not equal to TAA, then we are routing it to director in the second level. So if you see here, it is empty. Empty means always it is true. You need not write true or anything. Empty means it is true. So by default, if you see in any decision table, we will not get the when conditions. We will get if, else if, else if. The problem with this structure is if any one row is evaluated true, then it exits the decision table. It will not evaluate the remaining rows. But in our use case, it is needed for us to execute all the rows because we have to append values to the page list property. We have to select this checkbox evaluate all rows so that instead of if, else if, we will have all when conditions. When you have all when means all rows will be executed. If this row is true, this will be appended to this property. If you see the header, here we will write in a different fashion. Unlike the first header, wherein we are directly writing that property and the condition is equal to. But in the actions column, we will write the page list property. In brackets, we will write append. So that it will dot approved dot page list property in brackets append dot property name. So for each of the row, it will evaluate. If that row evaluates to true, then this whatever we have written here, that will be appended because we have used the word append to this property inside this page list. So if the first row evaluates to true, then it will be appended to dot vendor approvals of 1 dot approval ID property. If second row also becomes true, then it will be appended to dot approvals of 2 dot approval ID. Say for example, first row fails, second row fail, only third row evaluates to true. Then compliance officer at the rate GoGoRoad will be appended to dot vendor approvals of 1 dot approval ID. It is 1 only, not 3. It's not like first row means 1, second row means 2. No, it's like say you are having 100 rows. You keep on executing each of the row. Say first 10 rows evaluate false, 11th row evaluates to true. So that 11th row, whatever you are writing here, that will be appended to of 1, page list of 1. Again 12th evaluates to false, say 13th evaluates to true, that will be appended. Appended means you are appending at the end, adding at the end. It's like pushing at the end. So to this vendor approvals dot append, it's like already it is having vendor approvals of 1 dot approval ID some value because of 11th row evaluated to true. So now say when 13th row evaluates to true, it will be appended to the dot vendor approvals of 1. Means dot vendor approvals of 2 will be created in the clipboard. Dot vendor approvals of 2 dot approval ID. What is clipboard? We will see in future sessions. So in this case, like we have not written anything here, means by default this will be added to of 1. If see, and coming to row 2 and row 3, both cannot be evaluates to true, right? If this evaluates to true, this will be false. If this is false, this will be true because they are like contradictory nature. So even though here we have written equal to, still we can write not equal to this TAA. Then this will become this will be appended to the page list. This will become the second row. If this evaluates to true, then this will become the value in the second page list. Say for example, now I am adding more rows. So in such conditions, dot vendor approvals of 1 dot approval ID will hold manager at the GoGoRoad. Second page holds this, third page holds this, fourth page holds this. Property approval ID property in the fifth page holds either this or this. So once you are constructing this page list property, in other words, constructing this adding values of the operator ID names to the property in the page list, and that page list you are giving as a source. In this page list, there can be other properties also. In our case, there are no other properties. You can add we want to use this property in this page list for routing. So automatically, say the length of page list is 20, assume. So it will keep on first level approval, it will go to second operator. he also approves, it will go to the like that. It will go till the 20 levels. Thank you.